Hi everyone, and thank you so much for watching. I'm assuming that since you are viewing this video, you are planning on flying in 2025. But before you tackle the friendly blue skies, I strongly encourage you to watch this entire video as I tackle the confusing and often clickbaited viral videos that are spreading complete disinformation about new carry-on restrictions as well as travel documents for both domestic and international flights. I'm also going to address the all-important liquid packing rules that, according to some, have been changed or amended for 2025. So let's break this all down so you'll be able to stroll through check-in and security like a travel ninja. Recently, the internet got flooded with videos suggesting that a big change to dimensions of the carry-on luggage has happened and that it will affect all those traveling in 2025. The information contained in those videos states that while previously most airlines allowed you to bring a carry-on of up to 22 inches tall, 14 inches wide, and 9 inches deep, then in 2025, these dimensions were cut 1 full inch all around and are now 21 by 13 by 8 inches. And that, of course, must include wheels and handles. If you must know, this information comes from the efforts by IATA, which stands for International Air Transport Association, to standardize luggage sizes across all airlines in an effort to eliminate the overhead bin chaos, reduce cabin congestion, and result in faster boarding times. Now, IATA has been working on this concept for many years. However, getting all airlines to agree to this one universal standard is a process that's still ongoing, and adapting these new standards, whatever they may end up being, will still take some time. So, the information that is being spread by some, that effective January 2025, these new standards had already taken effect and were adopted by carriers such as American, Delta, and United, is simply not true. My suggestion to you is that before you head out there with a tape measure to purchase new carry-on or personal bag, you simply check with your airline. As I said, the work towards this one universal standard is ongoing, and most airlines are in favor of adopting it as they agree with the official reasons, but also realize that this will result in more bags being checked in and therefore is likely to increase their revenue. However, we are not there yet. Let's now move on to travel documentation requirements, starting with US domestic flights. And I'm going to start again with something that's not true. So it is not true that the real ID or passport are now required for anyone over the age of 18 that wants to fly domestically in the US. The only reason for spreading this information that I can think of, other than clickbaiting viewers, is to encourage people to get a real ID as soon as possible, as it will be required for domestic travel, but not until May 7th, 2025. Just in case you may not know what the real ID looks like, it is your standard ID or driver's license that has a special symbol, usually a star, in its upper right-hand corner. As mentioned, I suggest that you obtain one from your local DMV now to avoid the rush as the May 7th deadline approaches. The second thing that is also not true, at least not completely true, but is often mentioned in a lot of YouTube videos, is that if you're traveling to any of the European Union countries, you are required to obtain a permission to enter the EU by registering with the ETIAS, which stands for European Travel Info and Authorization System. As you can see, the system is not yet operational and is scheduled to go live in mid-2025 I say this with a grain of salt because that implementation date has already been pushed several times, so I'm not sure how solid the mid-2025 will end up being. So again, rather than trusting misleading headlines, I suggest you monitor this official website or consult your travel agent, and that way you do not miss the implementation date and you do not ruin your long-planned European vacation. And now let's talk about a travel documentation change that happens to be true. And that is, for anyone that wishes to travel to the UK, you must first obtain an electronic travel authorization. In order to do so, you simply need to go to www.gov.uk and complete a pretty simple process. The wait time for your answer varies, but is usually around 3 to 5 days. Now, the authorization costs £10 or about $12.25 US. This authorization, once you're approved for it, will be automatically linked to your passport, and it will remain valid for unlimited number of entries for up to 2 years. Now, word of caution, just keep in mind that if within that 2-year time frame you were to get a new passport, you will need to reapply for the authorization, as that authorization, as I mentioned, is linked to your passport number. So, now that you have the compliant luggage and paperwork, let's make sure you pack properly for your trip so that you avoid the hassle, embarrassment, and delays when going through security. Recently, there have been false rumors that the 3-1-1 liquid packing rule is being discontinued, or at the very least modified, to allow for larger quantity of liquids to be taken on board. Now, these rumors stem from several test runs at various airports around the world, including the US, which were meant to check if the new HDAIT, or HD High Definition Imaging Technology scanners, could potentially eliminate not only the liquid packing issue, but also the issue of passengers having to remove their shoes. Well, before you all get excited, these tests have not been as successful as initially expected. So 3-1-1 rule stays and looks like it will be with us for some time to come. So remember, despite the rumors, you are not allowed to have any tubes, bottles, containers, whatever you want to call them, that exceed 3.4 ounces or 100 milliliters. And they all need to fit in a quart-sized clear bag, and you are only allowed one such a bag per passenger. Now, I stress that it is the size of the container that matters, not the amount of liquid it contains. So, is a half-full 4-ounce tube going to fly? The answer is no. The only place that would fly is to the adjacent disposal bin. As far as what TSA considers liquids, starting with the most obvious, and this list is not being all-inclusive, we have traditional liquids such as water, soft drinks, shakes, semi-liquid foods such as yogurt, pudding, peanut butter, personal care products including shampoo, toothpaste, body lotions. We have medicines such as eye drops, saline, cough syrups, and finally some random items such as hairspray, gel candles, etc. Now, there are of course few main exceptions. You will be able to carry medications just as long as you declare them, so please do not try to be sneaky. And then if you're discovered, obviously TSA is going to give you the look. Another important exception includes baby essentials, such as formula, breast milk, various types of baby food. In general, whatever the baby needs, baby gets. And last but not least, liquids that you purchased at duty-free shops, as long as they are securely packed in tamper-proof bags, you will be able to take with you. For anything else you may want to carry, I would suggest to visit tsa.gov, bookmark it and make it your friend. I'm being serious, as it is a very useful website, And it even has a function that allows you to upload a picture, for example from Amazon, of your item, and you will receive a quick answer if it will be allowed. One more very important item to be aware of are, of course, lithium-ion batteries that power all of your electronics from your cell phone, tablets, earbuds, cameras, etc. As they pose a serious fire hazard, please keep in mind that you are never ever allowed to pack those in your check-in luggage. So please treat this topic seriously and put anything that is powered by these batteries inside your carry-on. And do not worry, all these small devices are not going to cause you any issues at security. The only possible exception would be a large power bank with a capacity that exceeds 100 watt-hours. So if you are carrying these power banks, check the specs of your power bank before you intend to throw it in your carry-on. And now, with the right prep and a smile on your face, you can go through security like a pro. So pack smart, stay savvy, and travel stress-free. For more tips, tricks, and travel reviews, please help my channel grow and hit that subscribe button. Happy travels, bon voyage, szczęśliwej podróży, and all these good sayings. Have a great day.